What's up people, this is going to be a redo of my MF Doom collection video because I've got a few new additions, and in the last video I didn't have time to put the KMD stuff in, so let's just jump straight into it. This is what's playing in the background right now. MIC, Monster Island Czars, Escape from Monster Island. This is a great album. This is a group MF Doom was in the late 1990s, early 2000s. This came out in 2001. Nah, 2002 it came out. MF Doom only raps on one track. Mic Line it's called. It's one of the best tracks on it. But he does do production for about 6 or 7 tracks. He's in this group with MF Grimm, aka Jet Jaguar, Kong, X-Ray, does all the other production that King MF Doom doesn't do. X-Ray does most of the production on this album, which is mostly stellar work. King Caesar's in this as well. Like I said in my original MF Doom video, this album is really like an underground Wu-Tang Clan. I wish they were still doing material, I wish they were still putting out material, because this album is great stuff, great album. I want to get on vinyl but it's really rare, even the CD's rare. I was lucky to get hold of that album. This is, oh that's MF Grimm, wrong MF. This is MF Doom's debut album under the name MF Doom, called Operation Doomsday, and in my opinion this is his best album under the MF Doom title. I've got the vinyl came out in 1999, this came out in 2001. I bought this after I got the vinyl because, like I said before, I like to have the best music on CD and vinyl, so that's that. This is the second album that he brought out. He brought this out not long after the Operation Doomsday LP. This is Victor Vaughn. He does it under a different name because MF Doom's got a lot of aliases. Victor Vaughn's just one of them. This album's called Vaudeville Villain. The CD contains a few tracks that isn't on the vinyl, because I've got this on vinyl as well. A really good album, not a weak link in the tracks. This is a collaboration with Danger Mouse. MF Doom and Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse does all the production, that's why it's got an upbeat, up-tempo kind of feel to it, which I like on this album. I think it really goes with MF Doom's style really well, the production on this. MF Doom does all the rapping apart from the features, because Ghostface Killah's on this, Talib Kweli features on it, and a few others. I want to find that on vinyl, I want to get that on vinyl as well. This is a live MF Doom album, Expertoration Live it's called. For a live hip hop album it's got a really good sound quality, because most live hip hop albums sound absolute garbage, but this sounds pretty good. Highly recommend it. This is just called Doom. It's got a lot of miscellaneous tracks that aren't on that I didn't have on vinyl. That's the reason I bought it, because it's got a few tracks that I've not got on vinyl. So it was only $2.99. I think it might be a bootleg. It's got that kind of feel to it. I think it might be an unofficial release, but whatever. Come on Molly, shift yourself, sweetheart. This is KMD. This is the group he was in when he was much younger. This is when he went under the name, this is before he was MF Doom. This is when he was going under the name Zev Lavex. He was in this group with his brother Sub Rock, who later died a couple of years after this got made. And another MC called Onyx the Burstone Kid. But this was KMD's first 12-inch. The Peach Fuzz 12-inch with the B-side Gasface Refill. Great record, great 12. This is the LP that 12-inch comes off, the Mr. Hood LP. An absolute classic, an early 1990s hip-hop classic. That's a homemade sleeve obviously, but what that sleeve should look like is that Sambo crossed out image but with a yellow background. That's what the proper sleeve for the Peach Fuzz 12-inch should look like. But that's an absolute classic LP from 1991. This is KMD Black Bastards Riffs and Rares on Fondalum Records. This basically consists of tracks that are on the second KMD album, apart from Popcorn. Popcorn doesn't appear on this album. I don't know why, because it's one of the best tracks on that EP. But aye, this has got an interesting history behind it. This was recorded in 1993/94, but it didn't see the light of day until 2001, because the record label that KMD were signed to, Elektra Records, back in when this was made, they shelved this album because they thought the cover artwork was too controversial, and the title maybe, Black Bastards. But shit, it's the same metaphor as that Sambo crossed out image, which was the full size cover of the Peach Fuzz 12-inch, and they were happy to release that. And that image is basically just the same metaphor, saying we're not putting up with this Sambo image, nae more, simple and plain. Or it could be a metaphor for mainstream rappers, because mainstream rappers back then in 1994 were basically what they are nowadays, modern day Sambos. But whatever. Not all of them, but most of the mainstream rappers, especially in America, are modern day Sambos. I'm talking about the Little Waynes, people like that. They are. It is what it is, let's be real, they're modern day Sambos, man. This record, this is the Operation Doomsday, MF Doom's debut that I showed you on CD earlier on. The reason I put it in an extra sleeve is because I've been going onto this site called Discogs, and this record's selling for £100. The median price is £80 for that record. That's MF Grimm again, the wrong MF. But aye, that's going for up to £100, that vinyl. That's the original pressing though. The reissue's going for up to £60. This is the second album, I think, under MF Doom. Food, that's an amazing album. Especially the Beef Rap track. This is the follow-up, More Leftovers. This is the Victor Vaughn vinyl, which I showed you on CD earlier on. Great album. This is the King Ghidorah LP, aka MF Doom, Take Me To Your Leader. Homemade sleeve because I spilt tea over the proper cover, bastard, because it was a minted cover. This is the collaboration with Madlib and MF Doom, Mad Villain it's called. Absolute modern day classic. Two geniuses working on one record, what do you expect? This is another collaboration, Gennaro Jarrell and MF Doom, JJ Doom it's called, Key to the Cuffs LP. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Very experimental production. That's why I love it. And this is the follow-up EP, JJ Doom EP, Bookhead EP, limited edition, picture disc, really smart picture disc. This is Neruvian Doom, which is another collaboration between Bishop Neru, an MC in MF Doom, who does most of all the production. But he only raps on a couple of the tracks. It's more like an EP because there's not that many tracks on it. It's not the best MF Doom stuff, but it's worth popping. This is Ghostface Killah and MF Doom. The Victory Laps 12-inch picture disc. Ghostface Killah on that side, the Metal Face on that side. MF Doom Special Blends Volume 1, where he gets acapellas from the late 80s, early 90s and puts them over his beats. This is the same kind of thing, but he does it with Nas acapellas. Puts the Nas acapellas over his beats. Great stuff. This is an MF Doom 12-inch Whole Cakes B-side pot holders, limited edition, very rare, very hard to get. Victor Von 12-inch Mr. Clean B-side Modern Day Muggin. MF Doom Vomit 12-inch. MF Doom My Favourite Ladies B-side All Out of Ale, brilliant 12-inch. Monster Island Czars 12-inch Run the Sphere, featuring Kong, Rodan, Megalon, X-Ray, KD, MF Doom, MF Grim. This is Debris featuring Doom, Air 12-inch, a great tune, brilliant tune. And this is John Doe featuring MF Doom, MF Grim and Cult Base D. It's an EP, it's a really good EP. And that is my MF Doom collection. So until next time, peace.